efforts.
Yeah, Native Sapphics has played this twice with this roster. 1 win over G2, a massive comeback just the other day in this event, and a 16-6 loss to Astralis. So not a lot of history for both teams, but Complexity, once upon a time, very handy at a map like this. And we get underway. Golden has some info. Up towards A, they truck.
Kind of fun that we're all learning Fnatic's development on Vertigo together. You know, we're seeing these in official matches as they continue to work what's been strategized and theorized in the strategy servers.
We've got all 5 here already.
Fake plant. They wanted to check for the nades, fair enough. It does mean that they've got time to boost Golden up though, and that fight onto Blame F is important.
Yeah.
Not finding him yet.
We take smoke on Crims as well here.
Okay. I was wondering if we could see it, if you can catch it when he throws it. For now, of course, the action happening elsewhere. So it is just an easy-ish lineup. Oh, I don't want to ruin the round, but I want to learn. Okay, easy enough.
Yeah, being stalled out though. Complexity are really good at buying time here. They're costing a lot. Config can offer himself up, but does get taken down almost too quickly to have much value from it. JW to find poison, and suddenly there's a bit of a problem here. But I'm looking at the kit, it's on Crims. Native Sapphics has to get the knife out. There's still Blame F, and he's still going to be on the bomb though, Crims. Oh, he's got it. He's got it all day long. Had the kit, had the position, and Blame F had no bullets.
So I don't know whether the kit was his purchase initially, but the fact that it's his smoke and his defuse, that was Crims winning the round single-handedly towards the end of that one.
Now, I do quickly want to highlight, yes, we don't know much about Fnatic on this map, but let's look at what they have done so far. There was a break after what it was Pro League, right?
Yes.
So, you know, we took those 2 weeks or so. They said, yeah, we've been working on it. It's in our pool. They come back, they beat Vitality, yeah, in OT, but they still beat them. G2, next on the docket, beat him in OT. These guys have beaten some of the early adopters of it. So, for me, it is a good tick in the box, but we've got to look at now, can they get over Complexity even at a slightly weaker point?
And this is something we've seen a lot of as well. Brolin taking a lot of B information. Native Sapphics ready for this, but if he doesn't win the duel here, the flank can be on. Brolin wins that one, and left eye peak is strong with this one. As over towards the A side, the rest of the Complexity members go. 3 rifles for them, and one of them, well, it strikes.
Yeah, he's going to get another as well. Good damage. Config's just winning this round single-handed. He's not interested in any of this funny business. The second round AK, you put it into a man like Config's hands, and he can just do the rest.
Brolin might just want to save this here, keep this Famous going forward, because Fnatic will go for another Force Buy. Some interesting notes to make off of those 2 games Lauren was referencing against G2 and Vitality. Both times Fnatic, they were not the team picking this map, which means they get to select a side, and both times they've opted to start on that CT side. Well, the same is here, going up against Complexity. Now, I asked Samuelson about which he thinks this map is leaning towards, T or CT, and I think his answer was more to do with it being a T-sided map, but having a lot of approaches over towards A.
Yeah.
With that in mind, it's curious to think that they want to start on what they may consider the weaker side of things.
Fair.
But maybe seeing if they can mount, 6 or 7 rounds on the CT side is more than par for the course here, and then the T side they can try and bring her home. But losing the Force Buy to Complexity, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult going forward. The Force Buy will come out, Flusher buying into that Deagle and Kevlar. Brolin's actually dropping across some bits and bobs. Looks like he dropped a Deagle and has purchased in with some utility as well. So he'll still have that Famous on the floor.
So Golden will just preserve a little extra cash, I thought. Never mind. What they were prioritizing and all, but it's the full.
Yeah, they'd have...
They're in the corner,
Yeah.
robs himself. We're not doing that one.
There we are. I got it.
An easier one.
Give me like 5 minutes in the server. Maybe 50. AW's pushed through and gone back, so that's the end of my story.
I feel like with this, Config has just negated that smoke so quickly by being bold enough to go through it.
Oh, that wallbang's perfect. Brolin does so well to force him off the angle, and now Golden can retreat. Teamwork, making this dream work. Only a FAMAS though, and that one FAMAS has managed to save Golden so far.
And the utility's gone for the CT side. They've got nothing left though, so this hold gets quite tricky.
Yup, they have to
It's gonna be like
fight.
gun out, right? This is what it is. And the reaggress, it looks like, trying to play back in towards ramp. It gets a lot of angles against you. Different elevation to fight from. Works well for Brolin, but obviously loses all of his teammates almost in the process. And the bomb loose on toward the ramp. And don't know if Config saw enough then.
T-Tor's in the chat for that one.
T-Tor's Rush.
Nato, Sapphics, and, well, Rush. The original and best of his name. 40 seconds, Brolin on for the ace. It was the only preserved weapon. We watched him save on B the round prior. Well, now it's getting competitive. Smoke, likely a plant. There's another on NATO as well. May want to put that deep, but oh, that's the duel Brolin was waiting for. He does tag him up. It's no fun for Flusher. Smoke guising NATO's cross back. He got a good idea where they both are. They both pull pins. And he confirms NATO's position, needs a clean headshot and can't find it. So NATO's Sapphics finding just the one, but it saves Complexity all the same and a necessary win to get this T-side off to the right start on the right foot. They are broken. 1900 will have to just be USPs.
Yeah, and this is the thing from Fnatic here, with only that 1900 on 4 of their individuals, Brolin with a little bit extra after getting those kills. They have to take the save. If they want to force, you know, I could see them doing a classic strategy called MP9's mid, but other than that...
oh, I've heard that's a good one.
But seriously, the mid push on this for the CTs, it is a great way to overwhelm the Ts. You normally have one member holding that side of the map on a default. Let's take a look. That smoke will land. That's going to give them scaffolding control straight away. The CT's not being able to get too aggressive through that one without risking their lives. And so quickly, Config is already up on the crane ledge. I should be spotted. He will get away with not his life because Brolin is sharp here today.
Yeah, he's taking matters into his own hands.
It's what else can you do with this? This is when it starts falling apart because the rifle should come in. Keep your arm's length. And obviously all the armor and all the goodies are there.
No problem's over here now. Oh, he was over here now. I'm afraid that Deagle Dream dies, and so does this round. It's just a couple of extra dinks from the Blame F Mac 10. Third on the cards here as he's hunting down a wild Flusher.
God,
It feels like we never get to take duels like this when we play. Like, you never get a chance to re-peek. You're normally just dead as soon as you take a fight, whereas these guys having a couple of extra opportunities
Biffs
to dip on
and bashes.
the jiggle peaks and all those little bits and bobs. But for Fnatic here, as they purchase on in, there'll be no AWP. That's one key omission right now, as we can see Flusher wielding that on the CT side and JW doing the same from time to time. And that was one of their keys of getting back into train on their CT half, the double AWP setup coming out. But it's going to be 3 Famis's, a UMP for Flusher, diffuse kit for Flusher as well, and Brolin will be on that M4A4. So utility's good. Let's see if Fnatic can actually fight back here. Was that a T-smoke on top of that Molotov, or did the CTs throw a molly and then extinguish it themselves?
It's a great question. I'm going to hand that one over to Chad. What do you reckon?
Didn't go into Skybox, so can't double check. Drop the ball on that one. Right.
So Flusher's yet to frag, and he is the B defender, so this is going to be his first chance to really get on the scoreboard. Everything else has been rotation and hard work. Unfortunately for him, he's got only the UMP, which admittedly is a full buy for Flusher. He's handled the first. Standing in limbo, wants to maintain control. This is no easy feat. Oh, and he's challenging out again. The spray control, long range. That is not even mid-range. I'm not ready to classify it as such. Great round, all things considered. Flusher holding B.
Team killed.
I don't know. I don't know how Flusher was able to make that UMP look like it's really viable to be shooting at stairs as well.
That's right. Now they have 4 AKs. So you don't have to worry about that UMP. They've got the auto upgrade.
And look at this. Like the first one, yeah, whatever. But he's like confident enough to go back on that and control it well enough on Blame F. Like,
Crims.
mad.
Taking down Golden and Rush there as the buy will come back out for Complexity. Tech 9 for Rush. Everybody else with the AK-47s. And Flusher onto the M4A4. So away we go to round number 6 of play. Smokes are dropping. Molotov is not going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, they made so much noise on the way up. There's no subtlety, and they've just soaked nades. They've taken every bit of that on the chin. Config, poison, low, battered, bruised, and beaten. JW still stands waiting. This could be a lot of work if they try to come short, but Crim's just watching that bomb get spotted straight away. This feels a bit one-dimensional.
Yeah, this is more like it. JW can work around his own smoke, disappears again. Looking for the gap on Blame F. He finds it, but Blame ducks under the crosshair, gets a necessary frag if they want to claw them their way back in to a 2 versus 4.
Oh, look at the harassment of nades here. Get out. Nades, mollies, everything you like as Fnatic have forced back Blame and NATO. I guess they could drop Blame smoke on the bomb and try and get it.
This doesn't get easier. Does use the steps to confirm there's one holding the site. Drawing out that short smoke. Flashes a smoke. With the powers combined, likely could retrieve that bomb, but at what cost? Can't afford to lose a man here. They need frags. And Golden likely the first. Spots him. T-smoke is deployed. That's the only one they've got. This will have to be the full commitment now. Just waiting. Nice shot, quick adjustment. NATO's found the head. He knows Crims is nearby, but a bit janky. Good shots from Blame. 12 seconds, needs another. Can't find it. We have our third. And a triple kill from Crims as well, carrying over the performance from Train. It's his first 3. And sends Complexity down to just the pistols.
Rushley, would you recommend maybe your flash round on this, potentially?
Flash round?
Yeah, your little B flashes.
Oh, yes, yes. I have a very unique B flash.
Who did you steal it from?
No one, actually. It is of my own
it's a Russian
design.
special.
Oh, where's the Hey Future Pros video to throw to?
I thought about it. I've not analyzed it enough, but it does seem to work really well. It's kind of like that, but not like that,
Not
you know?
as cool.
Oh.
Yeah, not as cool.
See,
Oh,
look.
hey, up. Hey, up.
They like the idea, the flashes.
Hey,
Look at
up,
it, big.
and
Hey,
up.
up, look. Get to wall.
To wall.
Get to pub.
To pub for a bang.
Got up pot.
Hot pot, I love a hot pot.
What language are you guys speaking?
No, I don't know, actually. Rush, is that of your region?
That's all they
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
That is ridiculous. Rush is right. The spray on just the pixel, just the head. God damn,
Oh,
Brawlin.
no.
Yeah, this spells
Please,
trouble.
yeah.
It does definitely spell
He can
trouble.
be so ratty, and I'm glad that we spoke to him about that in the interview just the other day, because JW, you know, pushing down the ladder room, playing around the smokes, being cheeky across the map.
He looks
Vertigo
tiny.
is looking fantastic
man.
for those type of plays.
It does seem as though it will suit Fnatic. Eventually, like, I feel like this is them going, okay, we're actually quite good at this. We've got 2 good wins, and now we're getting a bit of comfort. We can start being naughty.
This was that kind of brain food I was having during the interview with Samuelson in the post-match the other day, where, you know, we're talking about Vertigo, he's talking about their practice, and the idea of their CT aggressions being rewarded on a map like Vertigo.
I love the way Brawlin's playing it already. The way he's like so proactive.
Yeah, exactly.
On
You see
B.
the way he holds B?
Super nice. I don't see that many people doing it as often as he does. That must be such a big amount of information they continually get. But now we have to look towards the T side of Complexity as to what do they do about this, because they're not getting ramp control particularly easy anymore. Once that utility came into play, it's kind of been shut down here.
Certainly. Usual exchange. Bullets, utility. Smoke will fade. Frags will happen. A re-smoking coming in from Golden. He intends to maintain control of this, and Util does achieve exactly that. Fnatic want to stand and fight, treating it like it is Banana on Inferno. The comparison continues to echo through the gameplay. It's mid this time for Rush, and Brawlin is there to receive. In fact, 3 members of Complexity there, and he's fallen off. A gap in their info right now. The utility thrown here by NATO will actually help them. It's a deep incendiary. Oh God, he's sketching me out,
I
Brawlin.
love that little angle though. I saw Rush was using
Yeah.
it yesterday. That little peek that you can do up towards here to watch that push across from construction. Very nice, but obviously limited on information and vision beyond that though. The shutdown on the crossfire would be
Kills.
from Golden. Beautiful work, holding the doorway, making it incredibly hard to cross through and keep that pressure and that sort of pounce up the trying to go through for this little bit of a crunch towards the site. And Brawlin.
Still
waiting for
going.
the nade.
Impact frags from Golden. He's not quite out of the woods yet. The nade tagging Poison and forcing him off the bomb. Now Brawlin finds his first. It's a tough clutch, but they are low. He's pre-firing everything, and he does eventually find the head of Golden. Brawlin playing some mind games here. He knows Blame F has to have the pressure of the plant. He's tucked in with 6 bullets as well. Blame F got a tall order. Big order, though, and a fake. Brawlin doesn't even have to fire a bullet. He chooses to. Takes the risk, takes the gamble, takes the round.
Good stuff from Fnatic here. This is looking very solid for their CT half, and we're really yet to see the AWPs come out looking for that impact. So if they can just continue along with the rifles in this fashion, and Golden doing a great job here. This is a difficult angle for the Ts to clear as they're rounding that corner. They have to worry about sight, the headshot box, and then obviously the connector position between the two. And Brawlin with only 3 deaths to his name, he is looking solid here as the smile on the youngster's face. I would be too.
I think seeing him becoming comfortable with that B hold as well, it looks like he's got some support over this time. I think Flush has come over maybe. I'm not too sure. The minimap's a bit tricky at times to read on this for sure. But at the moment, it's again that ramp lane. 4 players there for the Ts, but slowly building back. And there it is, Brawlin pushed up. I want to see how this works out. Are Complexity aware of this? It is something that we've seen quite often. But now it's an additional fight. Unfortunate the smoke gets a little bit fumbled.
Get away.
That's all that matters. He confirms there is still presence. Will drop the incendiary, buying time. Boost was previously caught
don't
by
do
his
that.
spray. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that's going to be once bitten, twice shy territory.
Trying to clear him out this time with some spam, but maybe rethinking that boost.
Oh, but straight away, JW's pushed up. As soon as
got
any
nothing.
bit of pressure comes back in, Brawlin gets that early warning signal. They're like, right, well, let's start working down ramp. Let's get that info. Let's corner these guys in.
Ooh, Brawlin, have you got an angle there? Is that an angle I should be happy with as well? It does look positive. The sandbag swing would be caught too. Here we go. First, spray. Looking good for the second. Controls it nicely. There's only one. It's Config.
Wow.
It's the last on the list.
God, I really want to play some Vertigo.
6 straight. Yeah, well, I'm down for some counter today. I think I was talking to
Ooh.
Rush about some DZ, but
Maybe we could steal you for a couple first.
yeah, we'll see how we go. I would like to
Time.
play. All right, well, some of the key elements here that I want to note with Fnatic, and you guys have made that very astutely clear, is that B bomb site. I think when they want to go aggressive, they use Brolin. When they want to be passive, they leave Flusher on the B site, and Brolin plays over towards middle. And by taking away this space within the early stages, if they're not tested, if they're not flashed or pushed back from the B lobby, all that information means they can lean heavier towards the other side of the map, which is key. And we haven't seen teams doing this so confidently before. We've seen A ramp pushes forklift room being taken, or B pushes as they take the lobby, but not pushing in towards T spawn.
So I kind of want to then lean into that, especially what Shock said about, let's say, ramp is banana. Would you say this could be the apartments then potentially? Or, you know, maybe top mid? It's that next bit of control that Tees will have to somewhat pay attention to, somewhat invest a couple of flashes or something to, if you've got someone like Brolin potentially pushing up aggressively every time.
I feel like it's a bit like A main in Cache, you know?
Okay.
Like,
Or
you
Cash
know,
for our European viewers.
Because you can get pushed back quite easily, but it's a place that you can take and staunch them on early. So guns back out. Oh, JW, your feet, your tootsies, they've been spotted.
Smoke was just a little bit too much on the lip. Normally covers his push. Poison gone though. Quickly taken down by Brolin with that CT AK. Perfect candidate for it. Golden's playing a dangerous game. They will likely Molotov this. Crims has the position to aid with the smoke grenade.
When Config steps forward like this off contact, there should be a swing from Golden. And there is. Seemed aware of it, keeping himself tucked further back on the ramp to be harder to spot from the sandbags, but Golden now forced away. No one to capitalize on. Oh, Nade as a parting gift. Golden adjusting again. Short now. They're everywhere. They cannot clear these positions out cleanly.
Just the two of them then. And Brolin's going to solve the mystery. 7.
This is looking great, and we always knew coming into today that Fnatic were the favorites based off of this stand-in once again. Nader Safix, he has taken the spot of Obo, unable to continue his campaign over in Europe with the squad, has returned to North America, no longer a part of the Complexity starting 5. Nader Safix standing on in, and with that, well, there's always going to come some problems. Trying to retool, trying to get him up to scratch, and a star player like Obo, he's not easy to replace. Nader Safix is here temporarily. We have heard that out of BlameF's mouth. So we get back underway, and it will just be the pistols again. But Fnatic looking like they want to run away with this one and take the second map very quickly.
Yeah, I was hoping to see, like, you know, a little bit of mid play, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, being willing to try things out for the T's. But so far, the Tech 9's towards the B site have actually not been the case. It's been over towards A this time. And the cavalry's arrived at the right time. Brolin's made it through here. We've got Nade, we've got Util left. Oh, that's nice.
Crap. No fun at all. Config's getting wallbanged. Very minor damage to finish and top off the nade, and that's unfortunate. Pushed on and finished off. Fnatic really picking up steam. To reiterate now, that's 7. Excuse me. Wait for it. Wait for it.
I'm going to sneeze.
No, I'm doing my line.
Hold on.
That's...
Oh.
All right, well, there we have it. That's Fnatic's 7 rounds in a row. There we go. Thank you very much. I mean, I wasn't looking for the applause, but it's welcomed. It doesn't make me feel bad, necessarily. It makes me probably feel quite the opposite of that. Thank you.
Would you say good?
You could do.
You could say good. But would you
Snaps
say
for
good?
Alex.
You're having quite a game recently. I've been enjoying Alex.
I'm getting there, aren't I?
Yeah.
I do think this transition to the whole ergonomic left mouse, it was against Chad's judgment, but it has paid off in the end. I found more control in the minor adjustments necessary for a high-sense gamer such as myself.
Was it against my judgment?
You said, Alex, is it a wired mouse? And you're like, probably best not to use that one, mate. And I was like, well,
that sounds like
Is that how I sounded?
I mean,
when I did that?
I don't know if it was necessarily exactly how you sounded. It's probably the closest estimation I could make.
All right. It's just, yeah, it's important to know.
Yeah, but you were very pro G-Pro. And I was like, I'm telling you, man, I've never had this ergonomic experience. I think I'm about to become a real video gamer. And you were like, no, Alex, whatever you do, I'm right, you're wrong. Don't use that mouse.
Yeah, on the G Pro Wireless, you can switch around where the thumb buttons are. So
Yeah,
I guess it does.
Oh, I've used it.
It's
I
not
have
a bad
it.
mouse.
It's
but yeah.
now my bedtime. Let me try again. It's the mouse I'm using for the TV.
I see.
Brolin has 19 kills, guys.
He's having a brilliant game, and considering he's been on the side that hasn't had the most action, it shows that he is fluid in that position, that Flusher may take it over. It releases him from having to play it in the Molotov. Already finding config.
Yeah, it must have been an odd exchange there. I don't know if flashbangs were involved as well, but again, that CT smoke leaves the gap. It's fine, unless you're doing pushes like JW did in round 11.
So I've got the smoke ready to show you in the post game, because this is probably going to be a quick one. So everyone at home can get excited about that.
Could we not do it in the next eco? Is it a whole jibbly wibbly? Oh, it's a whole bobbly. Don't worry about it.
Maybe we have that technology.
Flusher's got the pop flash lined up. I'm watching this one translate into nothing. Rush deals with it. Nade does soften up Rush very nicely, and he's going to try and return the favor to Flusher. He's already moved away, though. Smart gamer. JW's playing a dangerous game here. Working on the flank. There's Crims on the first, though. Poison looking to find an alternative, but the flash is so good. All three of them doing the dance. Brolin only gets one off it. Crims continues to hold the fort. Now Flusher brings the aggression. They have got great unity as a defensive squad at this point in time. It doesn't look like Complexity have the resources to really contest.
Yeah, this is looking quick. And if I'm Complexity and they have a fifth lined up for after this event, they're probably wanting to get there as quick as possible. But they are competitors. They still want to win, regardless of the situation here at hand. And as we get back underway with another round, they need to start mounting a couple, because this map traditionally having a bit of a T-side bias, only 3 is not good enough. 6, we can start having a bit of a conversation, but Fnatic, they are looking hot to trot. Rush now peeling around middle. Brolin with the jiggle, baiting in his teammate JW here. Will this be the initial duel? Because they need to find some frags, and well, an opening would be a great start. Rush making a step, JW not moving, just holding. He can go for a late push when noise is heard on the other side of the map. So as Rush runs away, JW might now find himself a gap to go with some aggression. Over towards A is where they head once more. So keep your eyes on JW's little number 4 on that radar, but the focus will be over towards this A side of things, where a more passive setup from Golden and Crims is being held. Now, the line that Golden has, a very difficult one. If they just swing up the ramp and you're going to be sitting here ready to take this fight, it's so hard, because they normally swing past your line of sight, then come back in for the duel. So if Golden can get anything done here, it will be very special.
It is, however, a fight that favors an AWPer. Golden has to treat his AK as such. And now with the smoke, he can't do anything with that. Look how much space they've taken as he unloads his mag. First stop molly. Is there any more where that came from? There is one on JW, typically flanking, but he's an elevator this time. And they have got the bomb down. No one can contest. Retake smoke for Brolin, perhaps. As the Golden's Molotov does find NATO Sapphics on the plant. They're running low on resources here. Poison's still on the site, the rest playing for the plant.
Yeah, I quite like the crossfire that Poison and Blame have. Config, I think, just put himself towards short to create further crossfires, further nuisance, but isolated, untradeable. There you go, Poison forced into the fight, and now it's just Blame F. The 1v3, they've cleared short now. They know he can only be maybe ramp or on sandbags, which is where he resides. Golden getting closer, caught out. Not on the bomb, though, but F has to play the time perfectly. That's lovely from him. And Crims, he knows this one's cooked. Tries to get out, loses life.
That's what Blame is setting himself up for as the in-game leader of this team. We've heard from him before. He likes to put himself in these positions where he can come on through and clutch out the rounds, and that was a very important clutch there from the side of things.
Can I just mention here, the fact that he did, at this point in time, not choose to spray the bomb on that first tickle. He was biding his time so carefully because he knew every second where he doesn't take a shot into that smoke and spray is a second off of the defuse time for Crims. It was really nice, great control of his trigger that it's hard to articulate in the heat at the moment. A fast flash, Golden wants to have a look, and the smokes will obscure view, but he's still going.
Oh, Poison. It was bold. Blame F had gotten ahead, but between the smokes, obviously, Golden found the room to catch poor old Poison. We have seen a couple of issues with JW in that smoke, but this time he's holding well for now. Blame F right next to him. Flash comes in, they're next to each other, behind each other. Blame F turns around at the right time.
He's off. He's charging into the site. Look how much space he's taken.
Trouble now. Oh.
Big frag, huge frag, and the Crims could be vulnerable here. Config staring at him. Molly comes in, and the off angle does connect. Complexity, this is one of their best chances yet, and Brolin's gone too. A clutch for Flusher on the cards. They're so low. If he gets that HE in, I am ready to rumble. Can he deny? Not quite. Not quite. A second too slow on the draw.
What else does he have? A smoke and a flash? Okay, he can still cut these two apart. Post-plant positions, can we switch and have a quick look? It looks like Config's holding from the short push-up, is it? Yeah, he's just going to be sat tucked on the outside. Quite hard to take away from as Flusher clears as he goes, cautiously waiting. And with such low HP, they have to work together in this. As soon as contact's made, he didn't even get to it. Config there finds Flusher, and Complexity get another on the board.
Yeah, 9-6, they're not going to be too unhappy with that. So one more round to for Complexity, and going up against this last round of Fnatic, it will be a lower buy. Golden's bought into the M4 and Kevlar. You see JW there could get out the AWP. If he is so well inclined in this position from Config, I haven't been in love with it, but in a 2-on-1 situation, he's been able to convert, and, well, I'd say that's not the reaction from Config in that round. He's probably a bit happier with how that one went down. UMP, CZ, Famous, and 2 M4s. That's going to be the final round of play here for Fnatic. What can they get done? Quickly up towards scaffolding again. Poison, he's leading the charge. Config there as well. Golden, he's stuck in the smokes.
Oh, this is prime Fnatic style round there. Just in all the chaos, they still come out with 2. And they're able to now fade away towards the site.
And fully fade out of the site. They want to use this advantage elsewhere. Blame continues to demand respect. Frag for pulling Flusher out of this side of the map. Flusher has a nade that he intends to nade the bomb with. Actually, that looks like it's a bit deeper. Doesn't quite catch NATO on the advance. Not going to be easy for the CTs if that bomb goes down. I don't see a way for them to contest it here unless Crims is feeling brave, feeling frisky. Oh, Molly. Oh, gosh. What have you got, Brolin? Nope. He's mollied his teammates. Awkward. Crims force forward.
Probably the worst outcome of all possibilities. Bernardo Safix now caught in the open. Crims is there quite quickly. BlameF had droves of success here last time, but now he's got the support of Rush as well, who just won out on short. So now he tucks back in, bides the time. No kit as well for Fnatic, so timing is of the essence.
Gosh.
And Rush, lovely delivery.
Yeah, Complexity. He said they'll be happy with 6. Crims is going to have to go for a 10-second ninja. There's no real way he's going to get away with that one. And it's between the two of them. Rush and Blame. A full ace between them. And a 9-6 half in favor of Fnatic. Vertigo, it is our second map, and it is the choice of complexity. Train was our first, and an overtime victory does seem to be Fnatic unable to avoid overtime, but they are finding the wins, and perhaps this one is going in a similar direction. Complexity managing to keep it competitive towards the tail end of our first half here on our second map and our fourth day of IEM New York 2020 online. Let's get into it. I've got myself Pansy, Sponge, and myself Machine shouting and screaming and whispering and all the things in between.
There's two players in the server right now. One's called Blame F, the other one's called Brolin. 22 for Brolin, 18 for Blame F. Let's see who can get more frags.
All right, yeah, battle of those heroes. Config as well, one that contributed in droves on our first map. Config doing it again in this pistol, only the one. Blame filling the feed as well, 2 on 3. That's a great molly. Will completely deny that fight from Blame, but they haven't moved on it yet. They want to push it. Smoking CT, he knows the fight's coming his way and he opts to fall back.
Oh, jumps
Oh,
in the
good
doorway.
shot.
Really nice. And that's the site somewhat secured. It may not be as safe as they'd like, as Poison is lurking around the place, but a bomb plant is the gateway back in, and Krem seems hyper aware of the fact that someone could be around here, but the timing just opens up for Poison. Gets to slink forward a little closer as NATO Safix trying to clear as he goes. Time now, steps made. NATO's got the kit. Flusher has a look, sees that, well, he's not on the bomb anymore. Oh, the timing, very uncomfortable, but Flusher.
Wow.
What?
Big shots there. Big round as well.
Second shot, come off it.
Yeah,
Even the first was nice.
It felt like Fnatic were losing a bit of steam towards the tail end of that first half with some of those clutches and late round scenarios coming on through, but this pistol round, it might kick them back into gear. They did struggle in the early stages of the first half, losing to the Force by that AK of Config, just rolling up the A ramp and picking up an early round for the complexity side of things. But the Force buy on the CT side, well, it's a little bit harder to muster. They've got the Scout, they've got some Deagles, they've got some Smokes, and some HEs to work with as well. HEs can be used either aggressively, as they come up the ramp, try and do as much dunk nade damage as possible, or hold on to them and use them for the retake scenarios. Easy nades lined up towards the B side of things to take out the default plant spot, and the same over towards A. We've seen it time and time again. But they'll be boosting Poison up with this Scout. He's going to have eyes on towards the ramp. Rush will be in tow with Blame, who's currently covering off towards that short scaffolding side of things. And over towards the B site will be NATO Safix. Rotating back over towards middle is Config. And they're still currently rocking 2 Smokes and 2 HEs. So as time continues forward, let's see how long they can hold on to this utility. You know, JW loves this little smoke over towards middle, but it has been punished with gaps a couple of times. Will he throw the same smoke, or will he go for the boost? Looks like the boost and the close boost, always dangerous. The CTs feel like they have a bit of advantage if they're picking this line here, but not to be. Config tucked away.
Nothing to make Config swing yet either. Only his curiosity would do it.
His
And
reactions.
well, yeah, that was very quick as well from JW. That does help when you're that good. Mid now, really a bit of a problem. That slices this map in half. And with a heavier lean towards A, this isolates someone like NATO Safix.
What was Samuelson, Coach Samuelson, telling us that they didn't like about Vertigo? Some of the players wish it wasn't all about A, and we're seeing more and more demonstrations as to Fnatic's tendencies to try and do something different. This is again through middle, and it's working. They can see just the power of seizing this control of the map, denying it from the CTs. We've seen even in their previous game, JW with a bit of a fan of throwing that smoke progression up towards where the construction sandbags gap is left. And so that's part and parcel of this Vertigo teaser side that Fnatic are working on and developing.
And also, just briefly, I don't know if it's possible if there is an easy one. I don't know if there is a one smoke cover on the cross. It seems too wide. I don't know if you can avoid having a gap somewhere.
In middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think it's too wide of a corridor in this situation. What I do like to see is the Molotov that gets deployed on top of the construction position, and then when they put the smoke on top of that, and then
Use
from that
that
point,
as
yeah, you can smoke either left or right side middle, depending on where you want to end up. And then you just take the fight down the corridor once that's secured. But you're right, there's no way. And also, it doesn't really help you too much if you were to smoke off in the way JW does, unless you want to be quick and flood on in over that construction position. I understand the idea of, oh, could they be behind the smoke? Similar to like an overpass long smoke. Sure. But middle, we still haven't seen it used to great success on a map like Vertigo. We've seen some teams doing quicker plays. I like what we saw out of Furia. Yeah, that was nice. Heroic with a similar style of play. But using that shift key out of spawn, I know Rush loves the walkie boys, don't you, Rush?
As long as it's not in danger zone, yes.
We love it when they're over towards Scout Town.
Wait, we don't like walkie boys in danger zone?
No, you're basically the bottom feeders of the danger zone world if you scout and if you're a shifty boy in houses.
So Config right now, if he was in danger zone, you'd hate him.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
Oh, yeah. A terrible
Look at him
candidate.
walking.
Walking.
Ugh.
Little shifty boy.
Shifty boy. JW.
Now that I like.
Yeah, and he's only got a P250, so he's not at risk of giving them anything, but he can still get under their skin, and he has. They've gone hunting for the AK. JW's just going to really... Oh.
He's in like a weird timing where no one expects. It's meant to be a safe zone, right? You have Blame F, and then you had Config on the other side. That area between was meant to be secure, but obviously faded into the smoke earlier was JW, so he found that lovely bit of timing, and, well...
Now he's gone back. They're just going around the world. It's actually been a really nice round just to watch JW work, but the fact that he took the P250, his intentions were clear from the get-go, whether or not he left a weapon for somewhere else, and... Oh, Flame finding himself a consolation frag. The round will be 12th for Fnatic, but preserving the AK-47 is not a guarantee. Seems it might be. JW throwing a very passive nade, implying may not go. He's picked up another as he makes it look like there's two of them pushing in, but there he goes, confirming he's still on the site. The AK save successful from Blame here.
All right, well, 12 on the board for Fnatic, and they're in control of this one. We did see them lose a 14-9 lead that they had, actually 15-9 lead that they had the other day just against Vitality. So let's see if they're able to convert quickly here, or if they start to crumble again now that they have put themselves so close towards the finish line. Only 4 more rounds needed as the guns come out for the complexity side of things. Poison onto the AWP. Only 7 kills for him. 7 for NATO. 9 apiece for Rush and Config. And on the other side of things, 24 for Brolin. 12 for Flusher and JW. And Golden and Crims both on 11. Crims on the T side of this map can be very potent. So let's wait and see how we go as Flusher takes B lobby control. The nade, it's going to do a little bit of damage. 16 points to be exact. But they've already grabbed that part of the map in their favor. And look at this. Gap through the smoke. Brolin takes down Blame. And you can tell because there was... Okay, another kill coming on through. Poison's down. That was in middle.
They're just starting to win fights here, it looks like.
Yeah, but I feel like NATO's about to get hot and bothered. He's dropped a smoke. It suggests he expected the same. A dink exchange, but Golden's weapon a little better. Bunny hop of a defeated man. What does Rush's M4 skin remind me of? Is it a candy? It's not. It's a very unique looking beaten up M4. Couldn't even tell you what it was called. Oh, is it like autumn leaves?
Rush, what's this one called?
I can't remember. I did actually have
Something
it.
Hunter.
I stopped using it though because someone said it looked like scrambled eggs. I don't really understand that. But
Not far off. You know when like you've overdone it with the milk?
And the pan's a bit dodgy as well.
And yeah, it's getting all kind of like brown because you didn't wash your pan properly and you got like browny,
I do the
milky
bacon
eggs.
in there before and then I don't
Grease
mind
comes
it.
in. No, I quite like
No,
it.
I'm down.
But I have a special method, Lauren, when I was making breakfast for the gang back in Malta. I would use my little blendery things. So the eggs were always nice and
Fluffy.
airy, quite perfect. 2 lovely slices
He even
of
did
white
this
toast.
one thing where you kind of made them into like a cup. What did you put them in?
Oh, yeah, I did puff pastry. And it
Yeah.
was a bit more like a quiche.
Okay.
It was really lit.
And what else was I making?
do eggy in
I
the
was doing
basket?
the breakfast potatoes. So I'd slice up these potatoes really, really thin and shallow fry them. And I'd cover them in some seasoning. That
Like
was actually...
paprika, they were
Saute.
great.
Yeah, I should do
What are
more of
they
that.
I miss
The
being at home, Chad.
I think they're called... Yeah, you're right.
That is
There's
nice.
like a word for them. My
Grits.
nan used to make them all the time. Yeah.
I think in
grits.
America
Well,
they call them
No,
grits.
grits is something else. Grits is like some weird porridgey
Part
like
of-
item. It's very strange.
Okay.
Like I've tried them. It's odd. It's like a savory porridge that they have like eggs in and stuff. I don't know. It's
Just making me want to hear Trey say the word trimmings in his accent.
quite nice.
Y'all.
Yeah. Y'all, we got all... I'm not going to try. Not gonna try.
Yeehaw.
Can you do a good American accent?
howdy there, folks. My name is Rush, not Will Rush, Alex Rush.
And of course, not Alex Richardson. That's me.
Close.
Alexander
true.
Rushley now.
Which one of us was born first? Who's older?
I think I'm older than you, I think.
Damn it. Okay, so you're the
93.
original Rush,
Damn straight.
but I got the Twitter tag.
Yeah, well... yeah.
Wait, I just called myself
Wait.
Rush. glad we're not talking anymore because we have got a round on the cards. It is going to be Flusher progressing up the steps. Just punched myself in the face.
Better than someone else, I suppose.
All right. Good to get my frustrations out.
Well, it appears this one's coming to its logical conclusion unless Complexity can battle back now, and this will be setting up Fnatic for a semi-finals match against OG, coming through in first place from Group B. And I'm sure they wouldn't be too unhappy with that matchup by any means.
Go on. Poison needs more. Poison still needs more. He fights. Gets it as well. Rush elsewhere. Just needs another. Crims has taken it down, though, and that's the bomb confirmed. Flush is looking to advance. He does have a teammate, but very low HP and no utility. And so what do you do with this? Bomb picked up, or at least about to be.
This is normally where Fnatic can work a bit of magic. They love isolating Jules, but Blame, a hard man to deal with here. Flush has tucked on through. He's picked the timing on this, so he may be able to swing and take down Blame. That'll open up the avenue towards the site, and then they just need to deal with Rush's Molotov and the retake smoke on NATO as well. Look at this creeping edging, and Flusher can't better him. So just Crims on 6. He should be falling any second now, unless we're going to see a crazy 1-on-3.
Let me see if I can get it right. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, damn. 1.
Oh, you got it.
That was
good.
sick, guys. You see how I did that? Wow, I'm so talented, aren't I?
Okay, well, that was a little bit like me at the traffic lights last night, Rush, if you remember. Didn't nail it.
If I remember, I got the 3-2-1
Yeah, you did.
perfectly.
You
No stalling at the 1.
Games in the cards.
Well, we just stood at the lights, and I stood there frustrated, going, why did the person pull out so slowly in front of me? Now we missed it. Now we have to sit at the bloody red. And for some reason, they're not all on a timer here in Germany, so it takes a bit longer for them to change. And I'm waiting for the trams, and then people on bikes are over, and it's nighttime, and it's raining. And anyway, round 21.
That's life.
AKs and M4s. That's the buy. As Complexity here to get 8 on the trot, here to get up to 15. 3 needed for Fnatic to take the win. Lots of nades scuttled up the ramp as Config 9 kills is able to avoid most of that damage, just down to 89 points of health. So a total of 11 damage done with those HEs. And now Rush playing this filthy little off angle. But if he gets blind, he will get toasted as JW lining up a Molotov here towards the construction position. There that goes. Flash should follow. But that won't get Rush. He actually looks into it. He's tucked in.
Ooh, it could be good, but he's let go of the trigger. When 4 blind, it's what many consider to just be an all or nothing. He goes for something.
Well, they've actually just smoked off in the same fashion JW does, and it's being exploited by JW, tucking in, seeing if he can use this. And the rat, he's in the back lines. He might be on for a couple.
He's going to do what he did. No, look at
Config.
Oh, he suspects it. He knows what JW's up to, and he's played that so well. JW's smoke used against him this time. And again, Complexity starting to take control of a couple of rounds here. Crims is trying to sell a fake. I'm not sure if NATO's buying it. Looks like Blame is, or at least backing him up. Crims would need a frag here. If he finds NATO, they might start to over-rotate, and he might just do it. There we go. Now Blame's on the way. So's Config. They can walk up A here, contact. I don't know what Poison's plans are. Oh, he's looking.
Timing.
Neither of them are ready. Should be the double, and it is Complexity getting themselves the 8th. And I'm starting to not necessarily like water the seeds yet, Chad, but I'm putting them in the ground.
Yep.
That Fnatic have had a couple of issues closing games. Every Vertigo they've played has been overtime. So you put those 2 pieces of the puzzle together, could spell trouble.
Yeah, and look, their T side, it's a little bit more, I don't want to say easy to read, but when they go for these standard plays with JW over towards mid and they neutralize him, at that point, you start being able to hedge your bets. That was fantastic timing from Poison there. Could have not been the case, but nades through middle, it's going to be quick. They're very fast, chasing down Rush. Is he going to be blind on up here behind the box, holding the trigger down? This time gets one, but Brolin immediately trades. And now over towards B they go. NATO's given it up. How many can he find? Into his grasp, they fall, and Poison's there to mop up the messes. It looks like...
J-Dubs doing something with this. I got a tingle. I can tell you now, there's some more to be had here in round 22.
How much more do you think?
I reckon minimum, it's a kill, an AK, and a chance.
So the bomb is...
Oh, that's...
I haven't heard that.
I know, but it's really cool when you don't do that and you just land just on the ladder. It catches your momentum and you slowly, silently descend.
Yeah, I created to my death there,
Did
and
you?
Henry went really quiet.
He does
when
do
we were
that.
playing, and it
Now,
felt bad.
So the bomb is B, right? And that's what I config.
Did you clear that corner?
Oh, yeah, okay. I can't help but feel this is perfect.
Because you're exposed now.
Because you're looking at that default box, which is
Yeah.
such a powerful position for the CTs. Anything that isn't that is an off angle at that point. So my tingle was misplaced, as it often is. 13-9, the scores on the doors. Which doors are they? Will it be A? Will it be B? Round 23. Chatty B.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think what the solution could be for Fnatic here so far. Looks like they're going back to more of this default spread over towards A. JW dealing with that mid push right now, and Poison, well, what can he find? Smoke comes out. Fnatic drop one of their own so they can limp forward, and they'll do exactly that. Brolin tucked on up, JW taking a chunk of damage in the meanwhile, and Config ready to fight. His nade is deep, and a little bit too deep.
I don't like this fight. Oh, a flash through the smoke, but Poison's there to back him up. And a second as well. Poison's really come online here and starting to be a big reason as to how they're managing to find these ways in. Crims
Oh my God.
is the one that sends him straight out. 2 quick headshots. He's only used 2 bullets from his Kalashnikov. Now Blame looking to try and tuck and run.
They have smokes for the retake here, 3 to be precise, and a Molotov as well to slow this down, so it's not easy for Fnatic just yet.
You're right. They even have an incendiary. When are the NATO? Yeah, he's not in the position to stop the molly or drop the stop molly.
Blame head tucked down. Doesn't want to needlessly lose life through the smoke. They've got the bomb plant. The post plants are heavily leaning towards short.
Oh, JW, Blame knows how you play this game. He does. And as that fades, I'm sure Blame's crosshair will be placed. Oh no, just the shoulder spotted. JW fires off a warning shot, gets out a dodge. He knows time's on his side here. He doesn't need to be giving them anything for free. You're right, smokes are going to start getting deployed. JW's lingering on the edge of his, but it cost him his life. Greed costing them. It's an awkward plan. It's a very awkward plan. Flusher knows it. He's going to spring to life. Blame gets one. The spray's not there. And they got time. Complexity finding double digits, and Fnatic starting to scratch their heads. That's 4 in a row now.
Yeah, that plant there from JW, it made sense so he didn't take a lot of nade or spam damage in case there was somebody with an AWP pinging shots through the box or nades coming onto his position. As EG versus Furia, I'll let you know, that's coming sometime this week.
Who did you vote for in that game?
one, I went with EG.
Really?
I think so.
Oh.
I think what happened with Furia and Triumph the other night, I went, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
no. But all in all, a tactical timeout will be called from Fnatic here. 3,400 loss bonus going into the next. Right now, Crims, Flusher, Brolin and Golden all have enough to get AKs and head armor. JW's already invested into a Deagle and a set of head armor himself. So that means they will just be going for the partial investment here going into round number 24. But Complexity are doing exactly what Fnatic did on map number 1. A bit of a comeback. They were down, they were out. It was looking like it was all over Red Rover. And now they're sitting in a dangerous position. Fnatic only on 13 and Complexity up to 10. This one is on as this might be another Complexity round. Guns will come out in the following. The full buy is not too far away. And Poison with his AWP. He strikes again. Crims this time tagged on up, down to 41 points of health. And JW, well, he's over towards middle. Same smoke, same place. Deployed in the same fashion as over the top comes Rush. Hello. And he will put JW down. Need an equalizer here to Fnatic. It is just these pistols, so creating a gap, not the easiest thing in the world, and there is one. So Rush gets taken down, mid is a weakness. Golden forced forward onto B. If he takes out NATO, this is open.
Oh, that's
Okay.
huge. Golden. I feel almost for NATO Safix in that, because what are you meant to do? Now, Brolin's going to posture forward, and I quite like it. Going to secure somewhat of the vents, but...
Bomb can go down, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable. Golden does get himself the rifle.
Crims is in the old map. He's trying to plant by the Jennies.
Crims?
Living in the past. That's funny. Pushing up on the Gen. Golden with a lot to do.
Yeah, that plan would have been something. He knows that, oh wait, Flusher could be everything here. They are completely unaware of this. Flush around the back. What? Hold on. BlameF was watching that too. Very well handled, very well considered by BlameF. Always pretty hyper aware of flanks, because funny enough, he likes to do a few of those.
True. Yeah, he's got the timings down pat. Solid
What does that
retake.
mean? Down pat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think what I know right now is that I want to see Fnatic try and bully this B bomb side a little bit more. Maybe go for a set piece on there after you keep Rush honest in middle, and then try and take NATO out over towards the B site. He's been caught sleeping a couple of times in limbo, trying to watch multiple angles or tucked on in. That's a nice shot, and Crim's not happy with how that one went on down. But the scoreline now 13-11. Complexity are well and truly back in this, and well, it felt like the game was over about 6 rounds ago, but those 6 rounds have come quickly in Complexity's favor.
Yeah, they've soaked a fair amount of early damage too. Crim's just about above half HP. I mean, it looks like a much more kind of B and mid-focused hit.
Wow, look at
and
this.
this time NATO Safix is awake.
Yeah, well, low HP on NATO and Rush, so the round isn't done and dusted just yet. Flusher will need to try and go for a kill as over towards middle. Crims is being pushed, and he can't get anything done. That low HP of Rush, it comes out Supreme. And Flusher now, well, he's on the site. They know where he is. Flash is good. Tucked in towards the quad position. And he's isolated. So,
Like
Complexity continuing to pick up speed and steam, as they will be posting their 12th round on the board unless Brolin can win a 1-on-4 with a minute left on the clock.
I admit it doesn't sound like a sentence that ends victorious. You can see how quickly he's adjusting through all the possibilities. It's just the corner, that's all NATO needs. Left side peek, you can see the disadvantage. NATO sees a whole lot more than Brolin saw of him.
Well, Blame's winning the race now. He's up to 30 kills. Brolin's only on 27, so cooling a little bit in this second half after a mammoth performance on that CT side to propel Fnatic to this early lead. But that lead, that's a thing of the past, as Complexity will be bringing out the guns. The AWP comes through once more, and while Fnatic, the max loss bonus as well as the residual cash means AKs again. They need to find a gap. They need to find a hole because Complexity is shutting down everything right now. Opening kills are looking very good for them as nade damage continues and Flusher down to half HP 10 seconds into the round. Config with a risk, but a risk that's been paying on off, and even more nade damage as this time Crims gets peppered on through.
Dangerous game you're playing here, Config, but NATO drawing blood. Any damage, nearly catching another. There's Brolin punishing the push. And that was an unnecessary one. If Poison goes down here, oh dear. 2 caught on early aggressions. Could be the portal into the 14th for Fnatic. It's been an elusive round. A slew of 6. Now Blame's in trouble. Drops his smoke immediately. That confirms there is one of the 3 previously on sandbags. They let him get out of there.
They heard the flash as well, so they have a good idea that there's 2 over towards the A side of things. And now with JW trying to cut off towards middle, if they find another one biting, maybe the B bomb site will be open. NATO clearing out towards middle. This smoke, I really just don't understand.
No, I got it. I know why. If you boost, you could silently boost up and walk behind, like all the way into that little janky J-dub flank. Come on, that's the only justification I've got for it.
Win the game, we can ask.
Yeah, good plan.
Because I'd like to know the idea too.
NATO's in, and this should be a frag cleanly onto JW. Nicely done. Crims to plant, and he makes it work.
Ooh.
Oh, NATO, 3. Could ace it here as Crims is on the site, finds 4. NATO Safix, high impact at a crucial juncture of the game, but it is still a one-on-one. Blame known for his clutching, in this roster for his clutching. Golden has no info, and he's just stepped. Blame hears him. He confirms it. Nice work from Golden, answering the questions he previously had. Anticipating the swing, playing the clock, and that's the shot. Golden securing the elusive 14-4 Fnatic.
Oh, and money, a little bit of a problem over there for Complexity. Some of these rounds getting closer than they should have means that guns will have to be dropped across. AWP will come back out for Poison. M4s for a couple of them, but there might be some omissions here. Famus's or the likes of UMPs might be on the table. Golden doing a very good job here, not losing his cool and winning the fight. And that's a big one to be winning for Fnatic now, because it was a spree of 6 rounds for Complexity to get them back up to this scoreline. Currently 14-12, timeout called. Fnatic will have to make their buy work as well. So you can see on the other side of things, Config down to just the Snapping Turtle, the 5-7. Utility behind that, and Rush on a Famus. Natasafix and Blame will have the M4A4s and Poison on the AWP. 1 defuse kit in play for Blame. So they have everything they need if we do find ourselves in a post-plant situation. Whereas Fnatic right now talking through what type of round, what type of buy they'll be looking for, because to get that one on the board, it wasn't convincing. It was a one-on-one situation that they had to convert, and they did. Now those openings came in towards that A ramp, and it was still a dicey round after all. So let's see where they go and how they opt to approach round number 27. 2 Galils, 3 AKs, utility, everything's good as flashes will come through. They want to contest with nades again.
That's messy.
Real messy.
AMF keeps it at least looking, I don't want to say clean, but he's been the best he can do there to keep this one together, and they should speed up the pace a little. They're trying to look towards middle on the T side, take it through, and they have isolated Natasafix before. He did do well, but that's the real kickstart to this, an opener An opportunity,
Again
an
from
awkward
Crims.
double smoke. Not in the right place, but it will do the job for now. Nato Safik still holds on and Blame F wants him, but now further isolated.
Crims is the equilibrium. He's always pulling Fnatic back. And that's a good one from Nato. He's been tested on B a couple of times there, and in quick succession, continuing to impress. Nate doesn't do too much, softens up Crims for a great
well
catch. Nato knows his map, knows his lineup, crosshair placed to perfection to take the plant down and confirm a complexity return. Ooh, nearly. Chad, does that mean this is going to be 14-14?
Maybe not. 2,900 loss bonus from Fnatic means that we can see them go for a partial buy, so they're still going to look threatening on this one, and the next round they will be able to go for a full buy. So it's not a clean round for Complexity to deal with right here, and if Fnatic go for a set piece off the bat, maybe something a little bit more well-rehearsed or something a little bit more pacey, and they eventually find that gap, because just there it was a 4-man lean from Complexity over towards the A side of things. They found that mid kill and then fumbled after that. So for Fnatic, I'm going to say they have a real shot in round number 28 with the upgraded Tech 9s, Deagles, and utility. Not a lot of it, but enough to work with. And all they need is that opening kill to make this one spiral. JW taking a chunk of damage. Golden with the pace here. Very quick out mid. That smoke. It's a little bit awry, but through it he goes.
Nato Safix, previously tested on B many times. He's gone through the molly. Look at that. That's enough to turn the heads. And as he looks back, he has to drop his smoke. He knows the push is coming. Flashes, nades, everything they can muster. They want to knock Nato off his perch, but he stands his ground. Double, just as he unloads the mag. He's not going to find another with the stray bullet into J-Dubs. It's softened up for the nade and push. 3 of them in quick succession. Only the 1 for J-Dubs Deagle. So 14-14. It's locked up. Nato continuing to add more kills to his total as they continue to pour into his side of the map.
He's going to start feeling way more confident. As much as when you're a stand-in, you're just going, well, I'll do the best I can. I know it's not going to be, you know, whatever. He's currently the 2nd on the board for them, just under Blame F. I mean, Blame F's having a great matchup, but for him to be now a really solid hold, that cuts off a potential weakness that maybe Fnatic were looking at as being a potential exploit. So
here they go again.
All right, so 3rd time being challenged. Let's see if Nato again can deal with what Fnatic are trying to do. The early damage once again succeeds. JW takes a good chunk. Brolin on the other side, trying to weather the storm as well.
Now they're dealing with this boost. We've seen Fnatic run a couple of times before, closer towards the left-hand side of the forklift room entrance, but pushing forward. Config might get caught out here. Poison needs to help him out with the AWP. And Fnatic, they don't want to pick this one just yet. I can understand why. Boosting Brolin over towards the back. He's going to run boost across. That's spotted up, and that's the kill. A big one from Brolin.
He actually hits it after being launched off his teammate's head. Poison wants to get the equalizer, and he will find it. Just walking up close. Didn't confirm anyone else, though, and they haven't made a peep. So all he can say is ramp looked clear, 1 dead ramp.
Oh, look at this push from Rush.
Yeah, you're right. This is taking some initiative here. That's the cooler way of doing it, JW.
This is a real big problem for Fnatic here. If they lose this, it's only 3,400 loss bonus.
Oh, Golden just about getting behind the cover. I can't believe Rush has let that one slip away. And dropping the incendiary, Flush is going to start hunting. Knows it's a possibility. Rush readies himself. 30 seconds, though. Blame F shutting down JW. Things are going to get sketchy here, especially if Flusher goes down. Oh, ducks under the crosshair.
Fall back to B.
Loudly over the bridge. That's going to be heard. CT's
25.
going to have to work with that. Blame F looking for 1. Kept busy by Crims. Nato Safix knows it's coming to him.
There.
Another test for Nato Safix.
Oh, this one's tricky, though. So many different potential angles. Flusher makes his move and he's down. And now suddenly, where's that bomb? It's on Golden. He's going to get in. He's going to get the bomb planted. The retake has potential, but it's another one with the time favorable to Fnatic as Flusher continues to linger towards middle. Blame F begins his journey, and Poison considers, what do we do with this?
I think this all rests on Flusher. Stating the obvious, perhaps, but his timing on this flank seems strange to say in an after plan is everything, and he takes the initiative, takes the shot, and it's now all onto a very awkward AWP. Not the weapon you want for a 1v2 with the bomb down. Fake? No. Reels it. Pros don't fake. And Golden doesn't miss. 15 found. Fnatic closing in on the 2-0 complexity. Only need the 1 to secure another overtime. Will it be the 3rd overtime on Vertigo in a row?
This is the opening kill from Brolin. Been an absolute loss for Fnatic here, and Config couldn't readjust in time. That kill right there from Flusher was the key to the round. Rush flubbing the frag onto Golden in the back. It really did come back to haunt them because Golden closes this one out in the 1-on-2 situation. And from there, Fnatic grabbed themselves that 15. But you're right, do Fnatic want to do overtime again?
It's a bad buy for the CTs. I think Fnatic would really be kicking themselves if they lost this one. This is their best chance to secure it. Over time, they're going to have all the bells and whistles. This is with some sacrifices here financially due to the hard work and hard labor of this entire regulation. They could squander it all, though. All Complexity have to do is put those pieces in the right place. Poison's holding the cross. The fight that JW would certainly win. But, ooh, sound cue. Brolin delivers the first nugget of info. Poison does pay off in the off angle.
Still prevalent even without that AWP. And they retake some territory. Now the Sapphire... Uh-oh. Flush has found him. Config has to hold on. He does. Gets the little fadeaway shot as the smoke still in the play, but Golden trying to get it back, but has to be cautious himself. They can't lose all of this. The rotations are coming in. They're already peeling away. Golden gets closer, going to be spotted probably by...
Wow. What a shot. What a shot. The individuals of Fnatic are overcoming some dire circumstances here. Bomb still on the back of J-Dubs. Way back at spawn. 30 seconds, please, no. Don't you dare run out of time. No, 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 no. None of that, please. Blame's on B. They're waiting for info. But if this clock becomes their arch nemesis, if we see overtime because of the damn seconds on the clock, I am going to be remiss. Blame's ready. They're heading B. Oh, not another one. Golden's done it again. That's 2 nonsense shots. One more required, and it's Poison. Not got his weapon of choice. He's operating with the M4. Crims is going to try and catch the timing. We know how effective this can be. Should he not find the shot? Crims is made can. 16-14 Fnatic.